Well, hello again. I am back to cross stitching because I had to seal my diamond painting. I'm on a whole new section, so I got to bring the diamond painting down and then start a new section. Check out this hair, man. I haven't been to work in over a week hair. Anyway, I thought I'd start doing more cross stitching on this Lighthouse. I did do an update, if you haven't seen already, how far I've gotten. I'm just working on the bottom left-hand side underneath the rocks. Trying to get myself some sort of a method going here. Seems to be going pretty quickly. I just got burnt out a couple days ago, and I'm like, I can't do this. I gotta do something else before I totally lose it again. But today I want to talk to you guys about some of the channels that I watch and recommend, and I've wrote them down. So if you want to get a pen and pencil and write them down too, if it interests you. When it comes to me personally, I will give any channel a chance. Certain channels just get to me because repetitive words. It could be that I repeat myself too when people say and or guys all the time, or y'all, because of the southern. If it's too much of a repeated word, it just irritates me and throws me off course. I know there's people that aren't going to want to watch my videos and stuff, but anywho, some of these videos, they'll do that on their video, but other of their videos for the same person, they're absolutely fine. So you have to pick and choose which ones, but their content and whatnot, I usually watch Temu hauls, but I have 2 more Temu orders coming in, and then that's it. I took away the credit card. So we're done with that. Is another word, right? So the list I have is Cross Stitch with Luda. I don't know if that's the exact name, but she's not Russian. I can't even think Czech. And she has very beautiful artwork, lots of cross stitching kits, memorabilias. You go back in years of her videos, and she doesn't even know who I am from anything. So, I'm subscribed to her, but, you mention my name, she won't even know who you're talking about. She has lots of memorabilias years ago, and she showed all her kits, and, I adore her accent. And then she was in a part of the war to Ukraine or someplace, and it was the war, and she had to move out, so they used a moving truck. And she said apparently the moving truck caught on fire, and it ruined all her memorabilias and all this stuff, and so she had to start over. And I'm like, pretty weird, coincidental, but okay. So she's one I've been watching. I just found her on a different name of a channel because she's on vacation right now, so I don't know if she does it both in her native language and in English. But the other title she has is, I don't know, I can't even pronounce it. It's not even Czech or anything, but it just, anyway. So that's the one from one of them. See here. Ride with a Hive on police videos. I love watching those. That's from out of Utah. I've only watched a couple right now, but it's the real life thing. It's pretty cool because a lot of people that they encounter, they're like, do I have to be on camera? I don't want the cameraman here. So it's interesting to see other, states. Just like I used to watch Cops growing up, and I don't think they have the Cops program anymore, but probably years in the making with all the lawsuits. You have to make sure everything's good in the video and review it, and then have to go through certain litigations, because of all the suspects you erase and get all the permissions and all that kind of stuff. Probably takes years to get it to where they can put it online. But yeah, I loved Cops. Let's see here. I watched the medical shows from the UK, like Blue First Responders or something. Any kind of UK shows, even if it's the plots where they do the garden. That's what they call their gardens, is the plots. So that's fun. But I usually don't do it until I'm gardening here, which they're usually the opposite, or just starting up or just ending kind of thing. A few of them I've watched. Let's see, what else do we have here? First responders, that comes out of Pahrump, Nevada. I just got done watching another episode. They do have a subscription portion where they send members first, but it is filmed by a crew out of Germany, they said, and it's called like USA Cops or something like that. Because everybody are always watching. They're saying, who's the film crew? What's the film crew about? So they either don't want to be on camera or they're curious of why you have a film crew. But yeah, that's very interesting because they go out to Pahrump, Nevada in the desert in the middle of nowhere and take care of child custody things. And I like it. It's pretty intriguing. Let me get this last stitch here. Let's see. Oh, okay. So when it comes to, I don't know if they're on YouTube, they're on Facebook. And I love comedy. I mean, there's nothing like having a good laugh. And of all the little sitcoms and all the little something that happens, a husband and wife who has a daughter and a son young, they are always doing these skits. And they go out and get games. They have drinking games. They do some recipes. And it's always an antic of how they go about doing this. They do all these challenges that they see on TikTok and, you know, men versus women and all this. And it's a husband and wife. They're constantly laughing at each other. You know, make sure your bladder's empty before you watch this team. I was laughing so hard I was up until 1 o'clock in the morning. I could not stop laughing. But that show is called Team Ballmart. I guess that's how you say it. But that's what they're doing. And they said they are 1 in 6 of the YouTube's funniest videos, and if they get the most votes, then they get paid a trip to wherever it's at, Las Vegas or something, for YouTube convention and, you know, awards and all that kind of stuff. That's the only one I know of. I don't know of any other, you know, things that are making me laugh, but their last name is Balmert. 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 But yeah, husband-wife team, just freaking hilarious. I don't know how they can even do as much as they're doing without breaking an ankle, whatnot. And then they have a few videos where they're down to, you know, personal stuff. The son had seizures. They started having seizures, and he happened to be in football. It had nothing to do with football because he had just started. And then the wife was going through some stuff where she gets very personal about it. And, you know, so they take time out and tell you about a little bit of their life story and whatnot. So very, very funny individuals. Especially when they do the card games, and the card games tell them to act something out, but their spouse doesn't know what it is, and they have to kind of guess it, and they have it so dang goofy. So fun. I mean, if you're in a down mood, go check them out. Go give them votes, likes. I like to see them go to, you know, get the award. I don't know who they're up against. I haven't found anything quite as funny. But, I'm working on the water portion of this landscape. Cross-stitching. And it's just about 3:30. I'm already tired because, like I said, I went to bed at 1 from what I remember. And I stayed in bed till 9:30. I'm just poop tired. I got a doctor's appointment tomorrow. I got to get up at 8, which normally I get up at 7. So this is nothing. This is sleep-in time. But it's the only appointment I have, and then I go back to work on Thursday. I know I had another piece of thing here. Let me find it. Ooh. Are you here somewhere? Nope, you're not it. I have a tendency to get a whole mess of threads out, and then I forget that I have them out, and I get more out, and then I have to go, you know, look at this. I just have all pieces of remnants of stuff that I have to match up to see if I can use it. And I have this. I just got to clean this desk, so every time I go to grab something, I'm not grabbing 15 different things. All right, so anyway, that's them. Let's see, who else do I have? Diamonds by Tita. I don't watch much diamond paintings anymore, even though I've started on my own diamond paintings. It kind of gets boring. I don't know, of all the crafts, diamond paintings, I just don't seem to want to pick up anymore, so I'm forcing myself to finish this one. So I found out that if I want to get going on things and more interested in things, that I need to watch videos of others doing it to, pipe me up and pump me up and get me going. And that's one of them. Lovecraft Forever. She's always good to watch. She has some big cross stitching. I don't know how people get it done. There's another one I bumped into. I think it's Miha. She has huge cross stitch kits from AliExpress. She's got lots of them. And I'm like, why are you guys torturing yourself like this? And she had quoted somebody that said, don't regret not doing something you want to get stitched or can't get stitched or something like that. But, there's only so much hobbies that I can have before I'm like, okay, this is overwhelming. This is more than my lifetime, so just slow down. I wish I would have started on all these crafts a lot earlier in my life. But I never knew about them. I think pretty much when I was on my own, growing up, I didn't have crafts, anything to do. I played with Barbies and horses since my father raised my brother and I. And then I had no friends. Couldn't even find a friend to go over the house with. Couldn't find any friends, nothing. So, my whole life was meant to be lonely. And so, he wasn't going out to go find me something to do or a craft to do or get involved in. And that was it. It was school and then working. And then home. So if I had a craft like cross-stitching or something like that, and I know cross-stitching's been out since I've been alive, so he probably wasn't, thought it was an old person's hobby or something, but since we didn't have a mother figure, probably wasn't looking into all that. So I didn't have any hobbies other than go out, collect bugs, and, do all the animal things. I did have some hamsters. I had a male hamster I named Caesar back in the day when we had pet stores. Well, we have a pet store now, but it just doesn't have as much as the back in the 80s. And then I got that hamster a female friend, and then I kept track of all the babies they had, and on and on and on. I was really good at that, and sold the babies to the pet store, kept them in business. So that was kind of a hobby for me and my interest. And I had a goat. I had I always liked animals. I had a white mountain rabbit. But as far as that goes, yeah, I don't remember any kind of other kind of hobbies. Horses, a lot of horses, as far as plastic horses go. But, okay. Obviously, I'm going to be yawning a lot here, so I am going to let you guys go. Thank you for joining me. I guess I don't know where to probably post this on Floss Frog. But if you know anybody who wants to go over to my Hop and Frog hobbies to help me out to get to 50 so I can do some lives on that. And that would be much appreciated. I know FlossTube is a lot more popular. But it is what it is. I may have to sacrifice that other channel because it's not as popular as this one. But then again, when I do lives, you would figure you have more people join you, but you don't. You only have the creeps you have to give a timeout for 24 hours. Pretty interesting who shows up and what they say. Speaking of which, I was going through the lives the other day, YouTube lives. I don't know if you've ever seen them. You just go on your YouTube homepage and then scroll down till they have those little clips and click into one of those and then start scrolling through them. And pretty soon you'll see something on the bottom. It'll say watch live. Click on it and that person will be up live, and then you scroll through all those and those will be live. Well, I was doing that the other day, and here was this half-naked man smoking something and talking very nasty sexual situations. I reported that to YouTube, and it didn't take but a few minutes before they got my message and they shut him down. It's like, seriously? Is anybody working in the office right now? And then I came upon two girls. They were teens. And some of the pervs were coming out and saying things, and they were responding, and I'm like, okay, this isn't good either. So they were shut down. Then she comes back up with a different name, and I'm like, oh yeah, that's clever, yeah, sure. You know who you are now. So anytime you do that, you can just report them. There's 3 dots on the upper right. Report them, and they'll look into the content. And that's probably how I got reported, saying there's 13-year-olds without parental, and there was nobody in my videos. But they probably came in the chat, or somebody reported them, and they took it serious, and they took their word. And there's no video because I erased it. And so then I got banned for however many days. I'm like, yeah, you might want to look into my videos and stuff. The only way they can appear is in chat, and I can't stop them. I can put them in a timeout as you give me authorization to. But I can't stop them from coming in and lying about how old they are. They make a stupid remark, I time them out, we keep going. So I'm just glad I got my live back for that. It's always good to keep your uploaded live videos or any videos saved in private, if anything, because they can get to the private, obviously, to prove your point if you get turned in that this happened on your video. So you can prove your point. Otherwise, you're going to lose it and you have no contest. So just a little hint from the first timer who had that happen to them, because they get pissed off that you're blocking them and they say stupid things and you block them and then they turn around and try to turn you in. So got to take face value of those who show up. It's what you expect. So I will let you guys go. I'm going to finish this up. It is still raining here in Northern Cali. It's raining on and off. We have a storm warning all the way until 9 p.m. I did drop off the senior hats, a big old box. Sat there and talked to the staff for a while. Some of the residents were starting to gather around and whatnot. So they have about 75 residents. I gave them about 30 hats. So I told them I'm just going to keep going. And asked for a few favorite colors, this, that, and the other. And we will just go from there. I went to Goodwill. I did the Goodwill haul. So you'll see that. And Temu should be coming in next week sometime. And I go back to work on Thursday. So hopefully it comes in before then. But either way, it will be here. So watch out for that on my Hoppin' Frog Hobbies channel. And by the end of the year, I'll debate whether that channel is worth keeping up or not, or if it's just wasting everybody's time, including mine. Now I'm serious. I'll let you guys go. Thanks for joining me. Bye-bye.